Welcome back to the second segment of Loveland and Ford Lawn Ranger Show. I am Cleve Loveland, Central Florida's best real estate planner.
The piece of real estate.
Alongside Bruce Woodburn for over 33 years, been doing this radio show. I remember Clinton getting that show being preempted. I was spitting mad. I'm like, I don't care about him.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm like, why people want real estate news? We don't need to hear about Clinton in the Oval Office.
Well, it's been preempted many times before whenever we go to war or something, they're
anyway, real estate right now, Bruce, spring season, daylight savings, people out looking.
the hottest time of the year to buy.
March and April are. Most homes go under the largest number of homes go under contract in March and April, just about. Spring selling and prep work. And I want to talk about my sellers out there. And I meet with a lot of people on what they can do to prep their home. And when I talk about staging, I've got a free 50-point staging checklist. That's not about hiring somebody and renting their furniture to make your house look like a rooms to go showroom. It's about paint the house. It's about get rid of the trash. It's about, I went to a house yesterday. The freeze killed everything. I'm like, all right, it's $1 million home. We got to clean up the yard a little bit. So I've got my yard guy going over there. But mostly what I see, Bruce, is just clutter. Easy put away or sold. I got a gentleman lost his wife, unfortunately. He's moving into assisted living. 25 years of a workshop out back. Got him an estate sale person to do a sale on all the tools. All that money's going to help his budget. The house itself is going to sell for a nice price. I'll have that. That's lakefront in Castleberry for about $400K. Nice little house. Yeah, nice little house on almost an acre of property. So I've got, but just helping those people get ready. And most people end up spending about 1 or 2% of the price of the home. What I find is most people think they got to spend 5%.
Yeah, you got to redo the whole kitchen.
Kitchen. Usually, if it's bad flooring, tiles falling off the wall in the bathroom. Okay, yeah, we probably got to do that. But I usually leave big color choices and big remodel things up to the next buyer. You're better off to be priced right. I just came from a neighborhood.
But you want clean, you want to declutter.
Yep.
But it's not uncommon for you to say to somebody, let's just go ahead and paint this with some neutral colors.
Paint and flooring sometimes, I'd say about half.
So if you had a bathroom, let's say somebody had a bathroom and dad was ambitious to started to renovate the bathroom and then didn't finish it. And maybe there was missing tiles on the wall. Would you have them finish that? Or would you say, or do you say to your seller, look, we can leave it alone, but you're going to get $20,000 off the ask price. Okay. So you give them the option.
Bill to a house the other day. It's not financed. It's like
at all.
You can get a mortgage. No. And
what about a rehab loan?
It's full. I mean, it's bad. And it was an investment property and it's had terrible tenants in it for 10 years. And it's a state home left to the kids. And there's 2 kids out of state and they're like, nope, just get rid of it. So it'll be a cash price, things like that. So, but I look at
an investor will buy that and flip it.
Yeah. What's neat and what's right. I'd rather focus the money and let's say, okay, I could spend 20 grand on the kitchen and the bathroom, but we don't know what the buyer is going to choose. And you're better off just price it 20,000 below.
Sure.
Now, here's the other thing too. If there's 20 other homes for sale on the street or in the neighborhood, you might need to do a little bit more work.
You may,
but also, if a bunch of them are listed for $389, like literally there's 8 of them at $389, you're probably gonna have to go $379 or $383. So all those,
but don't go $425.
Yes, exactly.
You don't go back to what you had in COVID.
Would be what 3/4 of the realtors out there would do because the seller says, well, I got to get this. But you've got to be you got to be based in reality, not what people are asking. You got to watch who goes to the close.
Well, you don't determine the price. The market determines the price.
I know, Bruce, but some realtors are not even taught how to look at sales and they just ask the seller what they want to do and they put it on the market.
A sign in the yard.
And they're not doing
they'll take a picture of it and send it to their cousins.
Yep. And it's not doing them any favors. You got to watch. And in fact, each month I review with my sellers what's going on in activity. So I just had somebody come on the market and they literally just cut us off at the same house. They cut us off at the knees by about 5,000 below our price. So we went 7,000 below their price or below where we were and got a contract. So you got to watch these things. You got to see what's selling because buyers they're smart right now. If they wait, somebody else has adjusted their price or something else has popped up depending on your neighborhood. Now, like I said, that neighborhood, they had about 4 or 5 competitors. You got no competitors in your neighborhood. You got the luxury of pushing the price up. So I've got some people right now I just told to wait a couple months because they did have like literally 7 people within 3 blocks of them for sale. and they're all about the same
In the
price.
same neighborhood?
No, yeah, like 2 subdivisions like close by, big subdivisions, but literally it's like let that inventory clear out. Let some people get sold. Because right now our inventory is getting smaller.
So you
slowly.
reduced your competition by delaying the sale of the home.
Yes, because for that seller,
And,
they
if
just
that,
need
and
to
the
go
seller was able to do that.
and the seller's okay with that because they are moving into they are not buying again. Because if you're buying again, it really doesn't matter.
Well, that's another that you bring up a good point because we don't time the market, but sometimes timing can be important in when you enter and decide to put your home on the market. It's like me having a client that you send me and they go, I don't really want to talk to the lender just yet because I have things I need to fix first. That is a mistake. Do not do that. Allow me to analyze your situation and I will give you the best way to improve credit if that's the case. So I had a client just recently that did this and they thought, wow, I'm going to fix my credit on my own. And they had enough money to wipe out about 3/4 of their debts. But when they did that, they got nominal improvement in credit score. The reason for that is I wouldn't have done it that way. I could have gotten them 100 points improvement because what they did is paid off and closed a bunch of accounts. You don't do that. I would have had them pay them down to $5. Why do you think I haven't paid them down to $5 instead of zero?
Bad closing account.
Well, even if you don't close the account, zero is worse than $5. Do you know why? The creditors don't have to report when you're zero. So now you don't get the benefit of having a no balance.
Standing account.
You want to leave $5 on the account so they report and then you get the benefit of that. These are the tricks that we help people do. And I'm telling you something, I don't like credit repair companies. I'm not big on them. I got 2 or 3 of them that I use for an emergency, but most of the time my team can analyze your credit and give you a detailed plan on what you need to do to improve them. 407-250-9144 for the Loan Arranger or WeBringYouHome.com. Cleve Loveland can be reached at 407-352-8118. What other listing?
We're talking about staging and getting ready as a seller. As a buyer, Bruce, I think the main thing after they talk to you, figure out where they stand and they know where they're at. I have a consult with them and I say, all right, these are your numbers and this is your price range. So let's say they want a house for 500,000 somewhere in the Horizons West Winter Garden, Ocoee area, West Orlando. And what I want them to see, let's say you've got them approved to 500, maybe a little higher if they scrimp. I'd want them to look at 510. I'd want them to look at 499. I'd want them to see homes from all the different neighborhoods and different ages. I'd want them to see 450. I'd want them to see 475. And then normally after seeing 8-10 homes, they see the one.
Right.
And they feel comfortable with that decision because what you don't want is them looking around and then all of a sudden they see one that's gorgeous and we walk in and it's priced really well. And like it just hit the market 3 days ago. And there's 5 realtors cards on the dining room table because other people.
And they say, I want to keep looking around.
And they go, I don't know. Let's think about it. Well, there's some people that saw it the day before that were thinking about it already. I want you confident in that decision that this is a good price. And then we double check the comps and make sure. And then check and see what is the seller offering for compensation because that comes into how much closing costs do you need. All those things come into play. And I just want the buyer comfortable with that.
It's so true. But isn't it interesting how often we have clients that end up and fall in love with the very first house they find? Like it happens all the time. Even one of your
they still have to wander around.
One of your employees, right? I'm doing a loan for her. And I'm like, well, how many properties did you look at? Just one. I said, well, you fell in love with it. And it meets all their needs. I mean, I talked to them and it was everything. They were so elated, but that happens all the time. But you know what? I agree with you about I want to think about it. If you haven't seen that many properties and you do run across a real bargain and Cleve were to say, yeah, I really think we need to get on this one quickly. It's because he knows there's going to be other offers hitting it.
And it's a hot price. Don't write the offer 20,000 below list
You won't
price.
get it.
Think it because you're not going to get it.
So I had a similar situation happen to me a week and a half ago with my refinances. So, I created a VIP watch list, right?
Yep.
So I have like 500 clients on my VIP watch list. I was the only lender that said, don't refi, don't refi, don't refi. I'll tell you when. Then I call everybody else up. It's on the list and I say, update your documents. It's getting ready to click. It clicked. I called a bunch of clients, consulted with them, and they went, let me get back with you on that. Guess what happened?
Drop bombs.
We dropped bombs. And guess what happened to mortgage rates? They went up. They went up 90 basis points. So now it wasn't even, now it was, okay, it's not worth it to do again. Your strike zone generally on a refinance market is 1 to 3 days. We're not going to get 3.5% for 4 years like you did for COVID. It could take a long time. It might never go back. So, like you and I say, pigs get fat and hogs get slaughtered.
Yeah.
Some people said, you know what, I'm going to wait for it to get better.
Well,
and it didn't.
This is like somebody told me looking for a house for 14 months. How much better would their family be if they had just found the house, bought the one the realtor told them to buy, and gotten back to work?
Yep.
Most of the time, all this fussing, spreadsheets, all those things, not going to get you anywhere. Do it and then get back to work.
Mm-hmm.
If it's an investment property, do it. Let it make money for you. Don't overanalyze what it's doing. Just get back to work. Make more money. Get your family
Absolutely.
back to normal.
Absolutely. Listen, we want our clients not to be rehabbing their own homes and things like that. If you want to, that's your business. But I've done it and you've done it. And usually you're going to make more money doing your own job. Just pay somebody else to do the rehab.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you find a home that you like because you like the layout, the neighborhood, I've got rehab loans available for conventional, FHA, and VA. We can rehab a home. You can add a room to it. You can fix the roof. You can redo the kitchen. You can redo the floors, the plumbing, the electrical, whatever needs to be done. I've got that program for you. Just call the loan arranger at 407-250-9144 or webringyouhome.com. Purchases, refinances, get on my VIP watch list. I'm the only lender that will tell you the right time to strike. And I will analyze your situation so we can best optimize the right time. Then I've got construction to perm loans, build on your own lot. I've got VA refinances, VA construction perm loans, FHA construction perm loans, down payment assistance, reverse mortgages, home equity line of credit. I got it. What do you need? I missed about 100 things, so I can't name them all. We only have an hour show.
That's all right. I got a couple of listings here.
Let's hear it.
Rockwood Estates. This is in the Lake Jessamine area, Belle Isle. $370,000 for 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, 1,800 square feet. All these other homes, Bruce, everything around it is only 1,100, 1,400 square feet. This one's 1,800 for 370,000. And
We got a beautiful area too.
Conway. I've got that neighborhood also has a lakefront boat ramp with ski access. 450,000 for 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, plus an extra bonus room out back that was a music studio or a workshop. 2,300 square feet for 450,000. It's a great property. The main house is about 1,700 square feet. And then we've got, I got a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, plus a den, 3,000 square feet for 635.
A house.
Paid off solar panels, plus a 3-car garage.
That's
all
about
of the bedrooms,
$45,000 in solar panels.
all of the bedrooms on the first floor, on the main floor, ranch style house there. And then I've got a townhome community.
50, you said that is?
635.
Okay.
And then I've got a townhome community, The Springs in Longwood, 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 420,000, 1,800 square feet. I love this house. The plan, when you walk in, the ceilings are 20 feet high. The windows are floor to ceiling. You're an end unit looking at the woods on both sides of the property out one side. Like you don't see any other homes from inside this house. And then you got a spacious master suite with like a sitting area for 420,000 in excellent condition. And then I've got 5 acres, 5.8 acres. This is in Cocoa. And this is good for residential use. 375,000, 5 acres. The HOA owns this property. They just want it gone.
Oh, they're going to sell it.
You could build some more.
We'll continue on with the last one in the last segment. How about that?
Go ahead.
Go ahead and give your phone number.
407-352-8118 or cleveloveland.com.
Or call the loan arranger and get yourself pre-approved with a guaranteed close time. 407-250-9144 or webringyouhome.com. I'll be back in 5 minutes with more of the Loveland Report, the Lone Ranger Show.